Hello students, in previous class we discussed about the variation of the resistivity with the temperature for metals or even insulators and semiconductors. And let us discuss some examples based on this one. At room temperature the resistance of a heating element is 100. So what is meant at room temperature? What is room temperature? T1 is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. And at this temperature, what is resistance? Resistance is given how much is 100 ohm. R1 is equal to 100 ohm. And if what is the temperature? If resistance is 17 ohm, then R2 is equal to what? 117 ohm. For what temperature is the resistance is 170 ohm, and given temperature coefficient of resistance is alpha is equal to 1.72 10 power minus 4 degrees Celsius. Then let us see what is the expression for resistance at temperature. R2 minus R1 is equal to R1 into alpha delta T, or even you can write here R1 into alpha into T2 minus T1, or alpha is equal to R2 minus R1 by R2 into T2 minus T1. Now you need to find T2 value, but let me write here T2 minus T1 is equal to what do you have here? R2 minus R1, R2 minus R1 by R1 into R. Now you substitute these values. T2 minus T1 is equal to R2. What is R2 value? 170 minus R1 is what? 100 by R1, 110 into alpha. 1.7 into 10 power minus 2. That is equal to 117 minus 10. 117 minus 110. What do you get here? 7 by 110 into 1.7 into 10 power minus 4, or here into 10 power minus 4 into 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 3 goes to 10 power 3, 10 power 3, that is equal to, which is 7000 by, what is this value? 7000 by 11 into 1.7, 771, then 18.7, 18.7. What is this value? Let us see what will be this value. Calculate 7000 by 80. Around, let me take it is 18.7, 90 in 70, 3, 57, 3, and here 4, 6, 1, 3. Point, R already have two zeros, 0. Again 130, around 7, approximately around 7 will get. Then what will be here total value? Let us check once again. Here R1 is not 110 but it is 100. Then here also what we have? 100. Now 117 minus 100, 17 by So look at this 1.7 or 17 into 10 power minus 3. So 10 power 3, which is 1000. But T2 is equal to minus T1 if it comes this side. 1000 plus T1. T1 value for 27 degrees Celsius. That is equal to 1027 degrees Celsius is the temperature at particular resistance. For that, when the resistance increases to 117, then what will be T2 value? 1027 degrees. So what we can conclude here? As the temperature increases, the resistance will be increases for metals. That what we have discussed. A heating element using nichrome connected to a 230 volt supply. So what is the voltage supply? V is equal to 230 volt and alpha is given. An initial current of I1 is equal to 3.2 ampere. 3.2 ampere, which settles after a few seconds to a steady value of 2.8 ampere finally. So what is the steady temperature of the heating element? The room temperature is T1 is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. Room temperature. You need to find again T2 value. And but we don't know what are the resistances. Is it? Tell me. What happens to the, if the temperature increases, what happens to the resistance? Increases. Then what happens to current value? Decreases. That is what current decreases. Because of temperature will be increased. That temperature we need to calculate. So at T1, what is resistance? R1 is equal to V by L from Ohm's law. V by L. V is what here? 230 by I1. I1 is what? 3.2. Similarly, at T2, what is resistance? R2 is equal to V by I2. Is it V by I2 means again 230 by 2.8. Is it 230 by 2.8? Then what is that calculation? Calculating 230 by 3.2. That is, it is around 71 and it would be around 82, 17.8 or 82.1. So let me take approximately 71. So R1 and R2 values we got. Let me write as what is temperature coefficient of resistance. Alpha is equal to R2 minus R1 by R1 into T2 minus T1. From this, what is T2 minus T1 is equal to R2 minus R1 by R1 into alpha. Substitute values, that is equal to R2. R2 is nothing but 82 minus 71 by 71 into 1.7 into 10 power minus 4 is equal to 82 minus 71, which is 11 by 71 into 1.7. Let me take these 17. Here 10 power minus 4, 10 power minus 5 into 10 power 5 into 10 power 5, which is, let me take here approximately 10 means here what you have 7. 100 by 17, which is around 840. Is it okay? Now T2 minus T1 is nothing but 27. Therefore T2 is equal to 840 plus 27, which is 867 degrees Celsius. That is what final temperature of the element of liquid. A necklace with small current is passed through a wire of length 15 meter. So length is given here on 15 meter, and uniform area. So area of cross section is given 6 into 10 power minus 7 meter square, and resistance is 5 ohm. R is equal to 5 ohm. What is its resistivity? Now what is formula for resistivity? R is equal to rho L by A. R is equal to what you know resistivity, resistance, rho L by. But we need to calculate resistivity. Rho is equal to R A by L. Then rho is equal to R value what? 5 into area, 6 into 10 power minus 7 by L. L is what? 15. Unit is what? 3, and unit is 2 times. That is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 ohm meter is the resistivity of the wire of liquid. So let me discuss electrical energy. What do you mean by the electrical energy? Electrical energy is nothing but energy due to energy supplied by the battery for the flow of current in a wire or a circuit. Is it? That means work done to carry the charge in a wire from one end to the other end, which is nothing but what we know potential difference. And whenever we have potential difference, then only the charge will be flows along the wire. Q is the potential difference across this one is V. Current flowing is here I. Now then, what do you mean by the work done? Work done is nothing but what you know potential. Work done will be into Q. V is equal to what you know work done by charge, then work done is equal to what again potential difference into Q, then V into I is equal to rate of flow of charge. So then what does it represent here? Q is equal to I into T. Then instead of T, then work done is equal to what you know VIT, which is nothing but this work done will be stored as energy, and this energy is called electrical energy. And let me take the instead of this one, E is equal to what? VIT or V into Q. Even we can write V into V is nothing but from Ohm's law V is equal to IR. Let me substitute IR into IT, I square RT, I square RT. Or even we can write E is equal to instead of I, if you write V by R, this is what V is equal to IR in this equation. Then V into V by R, V square by R into T, V square by R into T. So these are what different expressions for the electrical energy of a circuit. Then what do you mean by the electrical power? Electrical power is nothing but rate at which electrical energy is flowing. Rate of electrical energy. Rate at which electrical energy flowing are passing in a circuit. Then power is equal to what? Q by T or energy by time. Therefore, what we can write the expression for the electrical power? P is equal to VQ But remember, what do you mean by Q by T? Rate of water, which is nothing but what? Current. P is equal to V into I. Then what will be the safe current to a wire? What will be the safe current to a wire? Safe current is equal to I is equal to power by voltage. For every appliance we have rated power and voltages for a bulb or anything, water immersion heater or whatever may be we have taken, and for that one there is some power is represented, and that power is equal to power by rated power by rated power. But tell me, what is the electrical energy supplied? Unit of the electrical energy, SI unit of electrical energy is nothing but joule. But commercially, energy unit, 1 unit of the, so when we are measuring the electricity in our house, electricity bill is considered, counted when they are considering, then what unit, what type of unit is used to measure that electrical energy? Kilowatt hour. Is it kilowatt hour? 1 kilowatt hour is nothing but 1 hour. That is equal to 3.6 into 10 power 6 joule. Or 1 watt hour is equal to, this is 1 unit is equal to 1 kilowatt hour, or whereas 1 watt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 power 3 joule. And whereas power unit is what? Watt is the SI unit of the power. But even we have horsepower. 1 horsepower is equal to how many watts? 746 watt. That what we know already in first P. Is it? So let me discuss here. That is what here safe current is equal to what? P I is equal to P by V. I is equal to what? P by V. So this is what we have. What is electrical energy and electrical power in a circuit. Then whenever the current is going to a wire, in a cable wire. So what is the power loss? Power loss to a wire. P is equal to I square into RC. RC means what? Resistance of the cable wire. RC is nothing but resistance of the cable wire. Whereas I square, I is nothing but what you know? Current. What current here? Say current. Then I is equal to P by V whole square. P by V whole square which is into RC. That is equal to what? P square by RC square into RC. Here what it is? VC square by RC. Then this is what? Now because of this one, power is inversely proportional to the voltage. Whatever the applied voltage, more is the voltage supplied, then what happens? Loss of power is less. Whereas more is the resistance, loss of the power is more. Because of this one, what happens? P is equal to I square. More is the current going through the wire, then the loss of power is more. Electrical energy of electrical power loss is more. But here more is the voltages, electrical power loss is less. Because of this one, the electrical energy or electrical power from the transmission power transmission to the power station to the our houses. So it has to travel for a long distance through that cable wire. Okay, then how to transmit that electrical energy? By using a cable wire which having thick wires and they are twisted together. High tension wires. And those high tension wires carry high voltages because high voltages have less power loss. Is it? Therefore, power transmitted from a stations, power transmitted from stations power stations at high voltages and low current. High voltages and low current. High voltage and low current. Is it? So this is what electrical energy and electrical power, and that is discussed what you mean by the. To produce the, when you have taken a wire, you take a copper wire or iron wire. Does it itself conduct current? No. Then how does it conduct current? When does it conduct current? When this wire is given some potential difference when there is a potential difference, and then only there is a flow of current will be takes place. Then that potential difference is created by what? Cell, electrolytic cell. What is electrolytic cell? Electrolytic cell is a simple device which produces the constant potential difference or DC, direct current, which produces a device which produces or which maintain constant potential difference across terminals of the cell or batteries called electrolytic cell. And for this electrolytic cell, we need to discuss some terms which are related to this electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell means we have two electrodes, and this is what one more electrode, which is one cathode and anodes, right? And there we have a electrolytic solution. The chemical which will be taken inside of this one is called electrolytic solution. Is it? And these are called terminals of a cell. A and B are terminals of the cell. Now, because of these cations are moved towards cathode and anions are moved towards anode. Anode means positive charge, and anions moves towards one, and cations moves towards this cathode. In this case, because of this one, there is some potential differences created between the terminals of the cell. Is okay. Now, whatever may be the potential difference across the terminals of the cell created, and that potential difference is called electromotive force. Electromotive force, which is nothing but EMF, and symbol is E. Is it? Electromotive force. What do you mean by electromotive force? The potential difference across the terminal of the cell when it is in a open circuit. Open circuit means what? When there is no current drawn from the circuit, is called electromotive force or EMF. Therefore, potential difference across terminals of a cell when no current drawn from it, which is nothing but when it is in a open circuit. In open circuit. Is it okay? Now, potential difference here is nothing but what? EMF. For example, if the cell is connected to some resistance, if it is connected to a resistance, A and B. Now here it is what? Resistor. R is the resistor. Okay? Now what happens whenever it is connected to this one? Current flows through this wire. That means this cell is in a closed circuit. Now whenever it is in a closed circuit, the potential difference across the terminals of the cell is called terminal voltage. Terminal voltage. Terminal voltage. What do you mean by the terminal voltage? Terminal voltage. Terminal voltage is nothing but potential difference across terminals of the cell. Terminals of a cell when current drawn from it, means when it is in a closed circuit, or when current drawn from it, that is what terminal voltage. Is it okay? In this when there is a current flowing from, if A is positive, B is negative, then now A outside of the cell the direction of the current from positive to negative, but inside of the cell what is the direction of the current from negative to positive. Is it okay? Therefore, whenever it is in a closed circuit, the charges or ions will be flowing through this electrolyte. Whenever these ions are flowing through this electrolyte, this electrolyte opposes the flow of charges across this electrolyte, and whatever may be the opposition offered by this electrolyte, here we have electrolytic cell, electrolyte, and whatever the opposition offered by the electrolyte to the flow of charges, and that is called internal resistance of the cell. What do you mean by the internal resistance of the cell? The opposition offered to the flow of charges or flow of ions through an electrolyte is called internal resistance. Internal resistance. So what do you mean by the internal resistance? Obstruction offered to the flow of charges, flow of current by an electrolyte. When electrolyte is called what? Internal resistance. And the symbol is we take as R, and what is terminal voltage V. Remember, whenever the cell is in a open circuit, terminal voltage and EMF are same. Terminal voltage and EMF are same. But if the cell is in a discharge, in that case the terminal voltage is less than that of the EMF. But the cell is in a charging, terminal voltage is greater than that of the EMF. Let us discuss that also. First, we will derive the expression for the EMF of the current in a simple circuit. What is the current in a simple circuit? Electric current in a simple circuit. Simple circuit. So when we have taken, this is a symbol of the cell, study cell, and if you have taken arrow mark that represents varying cell, varying battery or eliminator. Now for this cell we have connected we connected a resistor of resistance R. R is what? Resistance. And this is what here, positive and negative, and current flowing to this is what? I. So whenever it is closed. Now whenever the cell is in open circuit, what do you know? Potential difference is nothing but what? EMF. But when the cell is in a closed circuit, what happens? Then the potential difference is equal to potential difference across this one, V plus V minus what is this one? Here potential difference we need to see. Is it? Which is I into R. But we know V is equal to V plus V minus, actually V plus minus or minus V minus. Then this is nothing but what? E. Then V is equal to E minus IR is the terminal voltage. Whereas similar but what you know? According to the Ohm's law, what is potential difference? The resistance from Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, potential difference across resistor, V is equal to I into R. So you just substitute that value in this one, then IR is equal to E minus I into R. But we need to correct in a simple circuit. Bring this R, I minus R this side, then I capital R minus IR will become plus IR, then I into capital R plus small r is equal to, then what is current? I is equal to what? E by R plus R. This is what the current in a simple circuit. I is equal to E by R plus R, where R is nothing but what? External resistor. R is small r is nothing but internal resistance. E is what? EMF. I is the total current flowing in a circuit. Now, potential difference, even we have to know that voltage drop. So, what do you mean by the voltage drop? If you want to carry a charge across the cell, you need to do the work done. That means the cell has to do the work done in carrying a charge outside the cell from A to B, but across the tunnels, across the electrodes of a cell, also we need to do the work done. And that work done will be, we cannot use that work done so that we call it that some amount of work done is wasted, so energy is wasted. And that work done we call it a voltage drop. So what do you mean by the voltage drop? Work done in carrying a charge across the electrodes within a cell is called voltage drop. Voltage drop. Is it okay? Therefore, what is the relation between EMF is equal to potential difference plus voltage drop? Voltage drop. So what is voltage drop? Voltage drop is that when small v is equal to I into small r through a resistor, through an electrolyte IR. Then what we can write? E is equal to V plus V. Is it? Then V is equal to, but even this is what? Discharging. In case of the discharging, cell is discharging. If the cell is charging, in this case, what is happening? E is equal to V minus V. Okay, cell is charging, then terminal voltage. In it, therefore, what we get here? V is equal to E minus IR. Here, V is equal to E plus IR. Minus V goes to this side, plus V, then E plus IR. Is it okay? Therefore, you can understand that during discharging, terminal voltage is less than EMF. But during charging, terminal voltage is greater than EMF. Is it? Terminal voltage is greater than EMF. These things we have to understand that what is EMF, what is internal strength, what is terminal voltage, what is voltage drop. These are things we have to know here. Is it? So I hope you understood. So listen properly and try to understand and practice to get till you get this concept. Is it? And we discuss about the combination of resistors in next class.